All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. Everything is temporary here. Riches is temporary here. And that's what I want to talk about because, sometimes I have a day where I watch interviews of celebrities, podcasts, and every time that I'm listening to these things, I always hear about money, money, money. Money is the biggest stumbling block in this world because it gives you the illusion that money is going to cure all things. Now, the scripture says in Ecclesiastes 7:13, that's not the only thing it says in the scripture, but it says money is a defense. So if you have money, that's cool. Because you can, pay bills, enjoy your life. And literally it is a defense because if something come up, you got it. But also the way that you get your money, that would dictate your judgment. But the point I want to make is that, my favorite book, Ecclesiastes, that's King Solomon, who was the wisest and richest king to ever walk this earth. And he had everything. And of course, eventually he went off, but he had everything. And when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, it talks about how everything is vanity and vexation of spirit. And even though he didn't say this, but when you extrapolate in the spirit, you realize he's saying everything is vanity and vexation of spirit until the kingdom come. Because see, the kingdom promised us everlasting life and riches that won't, disappear, won't get robbed, won't rust, So it says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Now, for you to even understand the scripture, you got to have faith first, which that's something that the Lord have to program you with. Everybody don't have that gift. Ephesians 2:8 tell you that faith and grace is a gift, and grace is favor. All right, so that means that the Lord elected you. That's what the elect means chosen. All right, which means he had favor upon you. But so while I was sitting here, listening to people talk about money this, money that, and if you don't got money, you know how Jake talk. But the true riches is this truth. Because guess what? The world is going into a different direction. The money that you think is money, which is this paper money, this Federal Reserve note, it's about to go away. They're going into a digital world. So when that happens, the true riches is going to be wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And also for the people, that works a 9 to 5, wish that you had more, be very, very grateful. And I'm talking to the men of the Lord and the women who believe. If you have a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and daily bread, be grateful. If you're able to sustain it, be grateful. Yes, we all want more. Yes, we wish we had a little bit more. But if you have those things, be grateful, because the time that we're heading into, those things are not going to be accessible. The Lord said we're going to be as pilgrims upon the earth. So, going back to you people out there who trust in your money, what are you going to do when the money that you have in your bank is a no currency? When the economy crash, when your banking fail, What are you going to do? So I'm going to give another example just to prove the temporariness of riches in this world. Everything is temporary in this world. But it said, for riches are not forever, and do the crown endureth to every generation. So, you could be rich, but here's the point. You're rich, you die. Your riches, you're not in control of your riches no more. Your riches can go to a fool. Your son, he could blow all your riches. Everything that you worked for, he could blow it. Say if you had 2 sons, you left them both 50 million. Because you could train up a child, right? But when they don't have supervision in this world, because this is the point, in this world, that's what this video is about. This world, okay? Everything is temporary, and everything is not guaranteed outside of the faith of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, So now you die. They don't have no supervision. They rich. They could turn up. They could have kids, but then they don't even leave it. The riches that you gave them, they blew it. Clubbing, tricking, But I'm just using an example because this to show you how money don't have that much significance the way that people put it on a pedestal. And the only reason that you believe money is so, what's the word I'm looking for? Forget it. Instead of trying to use a big word, just use important. The reason that you think money is so important because that's what's been pushed out the womb. See, Esau, Edom, that's all he have, literally. Esau, Edom, the wicked, the self-proclaimed white people since 1681, the devil that the Bible speak of, that's all they have. They don't have nothing outside of riches. So they push it. And of course they push it because if you get money, the money go back to them because you don't own nothing. So you buying their goods. So of course they push materialism, keeping up with the Joneses. So, but let me give you an example of the scripture, right? Because it said the crown endureth to every generation, and do the crown endureth to every generation. So King Solomon said it best, and this bothered him. Okay, so it says, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it to the man that should be after me. And who knoweth whether he shall be wise man or a fool, yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored. So the point is this: in this world, you come into the earth and you die. All right. And guess what? Now, this is for the people who believe. This is for the people who have an ear. When you die, you don't get away with nothing. You have to come back. The scripture said we all must come to the judgment seat. So the reason that your spirit go back to the Father, then when you appear before the Father, he pronounce your judgment. Then you come back to the earth whenever the Lord want to bring you back. And then you fulfill your judgment. That's why in Ecclesiastes 1:11, it said, you have no remembrance of former things. So none of us remember our past lives. All right. But I know that that's a little bit too deep for most people. But anyways, the point is that you could be rich. Like, riches have never stopped anybody from getting judged. Riches haven't stopped anybody from dying. Okay. And the only thing that the Lord promised when it comes to everlasting life is righteousness and faith. Those are the things that bring everlasting life. Not this paper money that people have so much trust in and will compromise their morals to do it, to get it. It says, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun, this is also vanity of spirit. This is also vanity. But the point is that, so King Solomon is like, all this hard work I done, all the wisdom that I did to even attain these riches, when I die, I don't know where my riches gonna go. So another thing too that I was thinking about concerning riches, how it's temporary, and then depending on, like I said, how you got it, you're gonna get judged for it. We all must come to the judgment seat. So it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's another thing that's a vanity, vexation of spirit. In this world, you can get rich and somebody can steal it. The famous scripture in Matthew 6:19. Store your treasures in heaven, where moth don't corrupt, riches don't rust, But that's another thing. How Esau got his riches. He stole it. He gonna have to pay for everything that he done. So using him as an example, but also what about the Jakes? The Jakes who sold their soul to him. You industry Jakes, you Hollywood actors and entertainers, and you gonna have to pay for that. The scripture said that you made a covenant with death. That's in Isaiah 28:15. And then when you go to the 18th verse, it said that your covenant with death shall be disannulled. So when the flood do come, you're going to be drowned in it. All right. That flood is Esau's army. See, you are lesser luminaries. You did all the bending over to attain these riches just for him to look at you like the degenerate that you are. Because the scripture says when he have no need of you, he would cast you away. But if he have need of you, he will use you. That's in Sirach 13:4 down to 7. So this is another point of riches is just temporary. Let's get another one. So for the people who steal riches, it said, he that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for a tomb of his burial. All right. That's what you call reap what you sow. You don't get away with nothing. Money ain't going to save you in the day to come. Proverbs 11:4 said, riches profit not in the day of wrath. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. Proverbs 11:4. Okay. So yeah, you got money. That's cool. You chilling, you comfortable. But why did the Lord have scriptures like, woe to them that are few, for they shall be hungry. Woe to them that laugh now, for they shall mourn later. Woe to them that are rich, for they have received their consolation. Why you think it's scriptures like that? Because guess what? When judgment day come, we're going to see if those riches hold up for you. That's why you're supposed to be rich in the Lord and not in this life. So it said, the congregation of the wicked is like a tow wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them. Now, what is the judgment? What is the second death? The Lord flooded the earth. That's the first death. The flood of fire, second death. All right. So let's continue. And all of this is, like I said, just in the spirit. I was just thinking about, watching people, and even people that I'm around. Money, 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 money. That's all people talk about. That's an idol. That's why the Lord said in Matthew 6, you cannot serve God and mammon. Mammon is a deity associated with riches. So you either despise the one and love the other. All right. So it says, labor not to be rich. Cease from your own wisdom. See, that's people's wisdom. Like, oh, if I just get rich, my life will be good. Now your life would be better. But why you think you have songs like more money, more problems? That's sad. That's how you know we in hell. When you get money, you're supposed to be good. But no, now you're oppressed even more. You in a different tax bracket. You paying, over 50% in taxes. I forgot. I used to know the tax bracket very good. But anyways, so it says, will you set your eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as the eagle towards heaven. So another example of how riches is temporary in this world. It's not going to save you. So let's continue. This is very hard for people to do right here. But godliness with contentment is great gain. That's why I said earlier, if you got a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and daily bread, and you're able to sustain it, be grateful, okay? Because the Lord said we're going to be as pilgrims upon the earth. When that temptation come upon the whole world, you are going to be on the move. But the Lord's going to give us provisions. He said, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink in that day. So it says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we cannot carry nothing out. All right. And having food and raiment, let us therewhere be content. Now, it ain't even say shelter. It said food and raiment, because in the day that we be pilgrims upon the earth, we're not going to have shelter. But, we'll see. But the scripture say we're going to be as pilgrims upon the earth. That don't sound like shelter. That don't sound like a shelter to me. It sounds like you're going to be on the move. But remember, he made manna fall from heaven. He fed Elijah with a raven. So we dealing with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It's nothing impossible. All right. So let's continue. But yeah, so all you people out there who trust in your riches and you like to talk about people, like one thing about our people, when they get money, they always want to talk about how somebody else is broke. Nigga, you was broke yesterday. But, a certain situation came upon you. Now you doing good for yourself. But yeah, people forget where they come from when money comes. That's why money have a hell of a demon on them. That's why the Lord don't bless men of the Lord with money like that. Matter of fact, just to prove it, how money is a stumbling block. Look what King Solomon said. 2 things I have required of you, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. See, let me be in the middle. Let me be the middle class. Let me just be able to just sustain myself. All right. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be fool and deny you. See how riches is a stumbling block? See, riches in this world is a temptation and a snare, because it's nothing but access to wickedness. All right. The earth is giving it to the hands of the wicked. So it's nothing but wickedness here. Now you're going to get a whole bunch of girls with fake butts and titties and shit. And don't act like you don't be looking either. All right. So anyway, it said, and to be honest, you shouldn't even want that, because I can't stand it. Give me a natural woman any day. But anyway, it said, lest I be fool and deny you and say, who is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. See, that's what riches do. And this is King Solomon. And guess what? He failed, because he had a whole bunch of access to women, and those women got him to build altars to their gods. Yeah, this is not a game. So going back, it said, there's that making himself rich. So whatever you do to make yourself rich, right? Sell your soul, all right? Steal, kill, whatever. Yet have nothing. There's that making himself poor. What the scripture says in James 2 and 5. For the kingdom of wait. I'm trying to see if I can quote it, for I don't have to get it. James 2 and 5. James 2 and 5. Dang, the Lord want me to get it. That's crazy. I know that scripture, man. But this is the Lord's show. Hearken, beloved, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which have promised to them that love him. All right. So why you want to call men of the Lord bums and things like that, that's a compliment. Which ain't nobody bums, because bums is people who live on the street begging for money. So anyway, it said, there's that making himself rich, yet have nothing. There's that making himself poor, yet have great riches. All right. And the great riches, if this is this faith and the belief in Yahweh Shai. All right. So I'm going to end it on this. Let's see. Yahweh Shai answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, you seek me because ye saw the miracles, but because you did eat of the loaves. Well, let me read that again. Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, you seek me not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat of the loaves and were filled. Remember, he took the 5 loaves, all right, and the 2 fishes and fed a multitude of 5,000. Right? It said, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life. All right. which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him have the Most High Father sealed. All right. For him have Yahweh sealed. All right. And the meat is talking about ingesting this truth. All right. That's why Matthew 4:4 said, a man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. All right. So when you hear this word, you're supposed to ingest it, digest it, and guess what? And you're supposed to live by it and believe it. So that's a point I just wanted to make. Just because, a lot of people trust in their riches, but riches going to be your downfall, and the true riches is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So hopefully this video was edifying, and Shalom.